Hi, this is Siva Girmala, US County Business Patterns PowerPivot. In this video, we are going to import data from a data warehouse into a PowerPivot workbook, and we'll go through the process step by step, and we will create a PowerPivot report, and we will add slicers, vertical as well as horizontal, and add data bars to the data and create a 2D column chart in this video. Let's go to the Excel and start importing the data into a PowerPivot. So this PowerPivot is, I already created this PowerPivot earlier. So this is the one we are going to create in a step-by-step manner. So I'm going to keep this PowerPivot workbook aside, and then we are going to create a new Excel workbook, and then we will start from scratch. So here I am in a new Excel workbook, book 2, and we are on the home page, and if you look at the ribbon bar or the menu, we have a PowerPivot link, and you can download the PowerPivot add-in from Microsoft website and then add to the Excel 2010 or 2013. This is what we talked about in the earlier video. So we are already here. Click on the PowerPivot report and then click on the PowerPivot window, and it will open another window. Get external data from database, from SQL Server. Select the SQL Server. This is where our data warehouse is residing, and now it is asking for a connection string to connect to the data where the data resides, or in our case this is our data warehouse where we have 3 dimension tables and 1 fact table for the US County Business Patterns. And I can do this one, let's say local, and here we have US Business Patterns DW. This is the one where I'm going to select it and test the connection is good, and then click next, and on this screen we are going to select a list of tables from the data warehouse, and here we have the dimension tables as well as the fact table from the US County Business Patterns data warehouse. So we are going to select fact table, all the 3 fact tables, and all the 3 dimension tables and 1 fact table, and there is no need to select the sys diagrams or the refactor log. So we need to select the dimension and the fact tables and click finish, and it already downloaded for county information, state and county information, and the NICS, the industry classification, and the year dimension. And the fact table is having about 30 million rows. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the video here. We are at about 3 million rows here, and it has to import 30 million rows. So maybe it's going to take maybe a couple of minutes. So I will stop the video and then come back before it finishes around 30 million rows. Maybe I will start the video again about 27 million rows, something like that. Okay, we are about 28 million rows already imported. I stopped the video for a couple of minutes, so when I'm back it is about it imported about 29 million rows, and it is going to finish maybe in a couple of seconds, something like that, and then we can use this data to build the pivot tables, and then from there on charts. Yeah, I think we imported 30 million rows, something like that, and it is preparing the data, and once it finishes the data we can see the data relationship data diagram showing the relation between these 3 or 4 tables. And details, okay, it you see the relations it built: status, relationship, fact table to county table, fact table to NICE table, this is the industry classification table, and fact table to year table. So if we have the relations properly set, like primary keys and foreign keys, and the PowerPivot will recognize that relations and bring those relations into the picture. Otherwise, we have to define the relations once we imported the data into the PowerPivot, if those relations were not already defined, or if you are getting the information from multiple sources, where we need to identify, okay, what is the relation key between these two, and then point them to, we need to tell to PowerPivot, okay, here is the relation between these two sources. That's what it did here. So let's close this and here and expand a little bit, and we have here the county AK, and this is the let me minimize this a little bit. So here we are looking at county, and this is the industry classification, and this is the year classification. We have about maybe 14 years, something like that, 14 years of data, and the fact business table. Okay, now we imported the data into the PowerPivot, and we are ready to explore this data now. So we are looking at the data view in the PowerPivot, and if you click on this one, data diagram view, see the relationship between the fact table and the dimension tables. If this relation was not defined, if we are getting the data from multiple sources, then we need to define these relationship to the PowerPivot. Because this data is coming from the data warehouse, it is having the primary key and the foreign key, so it recognizes that information, and then it already related those tables. Okay, now we imported the data into the PowerPivot workbook, and we can do the pivot table. Okay, we can do the PowerPivot. Okay, new worksheet, yes. Okay, and here we go. We got the information into the PowerPivot and PowerPivot, and then we are creating a pivot table on top of the PowerPivot information. Let's select, that's what we did, if I remember. And in the fact table, we are going to select annual payroll, and we are going to slice this data based on year AK and year SK. They are the same values, so it doesn't matter which one is which one. So we can slice on that, and we can slice on state name, and slice horizontal. We will slice on the industry, slice dim nikes, and we slice on description. Okay, and we are, and let state name and annual, that's what we have. And the column labels year AK, okay, state name, that's what we are looking for. Let's go back one step here, column name year AK, year SK doesn't matter, and we are looking at the data for all the years. So, but we don't need the we want to see the data for maybe few years, so let's select only few rows, few years, 2003, 2005, 2006, 2007, and 2011. And we don't want to see the data for all the years, all the states, sorry. So we will select California and Michigan and New Mexico. Okay, and we are looking at the annual payroll in thousands for all the industries. We want to select a particular industry. In our case, let's say we want to all of the publishers, aluminum, ambulance services. Okay, let's try that. Ambulance services. New Mexico is having 0. Okay, that's fine. So, and we can select any one industry or multiple industries, and that doesn't matter, and the data will be reflected automatically here on the pivot table. Because the data lies within the Excel workbook, that's why it is so fast, and the data is in memory. That is another good thing. Okay, now what we will do is we will add the data bars behind these cells. Select those cells and go to home, go to conditional formatting, and then click on data bars, and either whatever the bars you like, the data bars, we can click, and then that will be displayed. The quantity, the value of the bar will be displayed based on the size of the bar will be displayed on the value of the content of the cell. So that's what we did, and we can insert a chart here based on the data we selected here. So we are going to use a column chart, 2D or 3D. Okay, let's select 3D, and here we go. This chart is already drawn for us, and suppose we want to select a different industry. Yeah, just we need to go there and then pick something different. Metal or mining, I don't think there will be in all the states, so let's select something that will be something common to general merchandise store. Okay, come on, but I missed it. EFG. Okay, furniture store. So we can see the industry across multiple years or multiple states, and we can change the data how we want to look at this data in a different fashion. Suppose you don't like the slicers, just okay, bring it here, that we can see the data in a different fashion. So like we said, this is what we targeted at the beginning of the video. So we got here through a step-by-step process, and PowerPivot, like I said earlier, this is just tip of the iceberg. The more we dig into deeper, the more we dig, we can dig deeper. Based on the requirement of the analysis, how we want to analyze the data, we can do the data analysis using PowerPivot. Thanks for watching.